Hello and welcome to, I guess for now, the Rochelle Show. I have some things that are coming out. I've been, just as we have been called this year to go within, I myself too. And recently, in fact, over the past couple months, I've been, getting to a space where was forcing myself to get back to it, get back to it, get back to it. That doesn't serve anybody, especially myself, especially it comes from a place of lack. It comes from a place of obligation. It does not come from a place of, ooh, I'm excited about this. Let's do it. Passion and purpose versus obligation. And I don't have another word for that right now. Just obligation. And it's really recognizing that where our power lies. And as a self-love empowerment coach, of course, I would be and will continue to be presented with so many challenges as I go and grow along my self-love empowerment journey, because you see, a challenge is an opportunity for growth, and we are here to grow. Welcome. My name is Rochelle Richard, and you are tuning in with me in this moment. I'm not even sure. I'm doing my best at really learning if there's a certain way I'm supposed to announce myself and such. And, all of that comes from that judgment. And right now, judgment is so amplified in this world where we're judging. Even I'm getting caught up in it. Even I'm getting caught up in it. At the same time, passing judgment and recognizing that I'm also judging myself, because that's that reflection there. But then in seeing it in my twin flame, this morning we had I would say a pretty awesome video chat. He was with a friend, and because he was driving, so his friend would hold the phone and stuff. It was kind of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was interesting. But what also had come up to the surface so that I could see, because this is what I really, really do love about the twin flame journey. It may be excruciating as at times. Okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing for you, sister. I ain't sugarcoating shit. Right? But I love it because I can so clearly look at him and look in him and see what he's showing me is also in me. Very much so. What those core beliefs, what things we have in ourselves. And I love him because I love me more because of him. Because of the things he's taught me, even in my most excruciating spaces where I don't want to be here anymore. Because and I'm talking about this more because I recognize that right now with what is happening in this world, I know for sure that statistically in the state of Ohio, suicide is now the leading cause of death for children pretty much between the age of 10 and 14. Well, I was 11 the first time I was suicidal. So that really, really hits home because those truly are preventable deaths. Those are something that we do have power over by way of learning how to look for where our power is, to not be beating ourselves up, to not be judging ourselves so harshly, to not be going, oh, your voice doesn't matter. What you're sharing with the world is useless. You're not having an impact, which was the very thing that, if you go back to my video from around Christmas, about the someone else's projections. I'm not sure what I titled the video. I will here make a note to put this projection about this letter that I was sent, that I received right before Christmas, and then the next morning, my twin flame just boom, even amplified that even more. It was a wonderful opportunity, though, for him and I to, change a pattern, which we did. We're, working through that. But the only way we can work through these things is to actually see our shit. And so when even that letter came, all of these things are helping to show us, show me, show you in your experience, where I have given my power away. Same with you. And lately, you may or may not agree, but I'm inclined to think you will, is that lately we are all so caught up in the chaos. And there is so much chaos around us because as this world continues its split, as we continue to ascend into the 5D, that 3D, that lower vibrational space is going to want to keep you there. Trust me, sister, I've been watching it myself. Feeling so hopeless. If you also check out Sunday, Super Sign Sunday, my Super Sign Sunday reading from this week, which actually I'm not sure when I'm going to post this video, probably in the next couple days for sure. My Super Sign Sunday dated January 10th. I share a bit of exactly what happened over that weekend because I was deep in it. I was deep in it. However, not so deep that when my twin flame called me out. Wow. I was just sitting here recording a video and all of a sudden, poof, it went away. And I was on the home screen of this Apple iPad that I have here. And I use only to record videos and do Zoom. That's the only real benefit that I've found to this device. Well, that's me personally. However, I'm sitting here and to watch that just go away, I was like, what was that? And yeah, weird things. Somehow it's magically gotten full and I just checked it yesterday and it wasn't. Anyway, I digress. All of this, we get to choose, right? I sat here for a moment and I went, well, maybe I'm just not going to record videos. Maybe I'm just going to, again, that's sabotage. And what I was talking about was damn good. Just saying. I'm Rochelle Richard. Welcome to my channel here at YouTube and, well, who knows where else, perhaps Rumble and BitChute, because, I'm all for, empowerment, and that means freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom to be you, no matter what. Because here's something I'm going to tell you about. That anything that asks you to give your power away, such as political correctness, believing that someone else has power over what you are allowed to say, that is giving your power to them. Even when, and I have this, I've experienced this because I've been scolded by Facebook for, perhaps I got a little belligerent with the guy, but he was being disrespectful and belligerent to a soul sister of mine. And he didn't even know me. He found me on my Facebook page. But I did a video about that a while back when that happened. What is happening right now is everything that you are afraid of, everything that does not serve us in this new earth energy that we are creating is going to be in your fucking face right now. I know my shit is. I know mine is. And like I said, the video was awesome that I was working on that just disappeared. My twin flame had called this morning, after I kind of told him some of the stuff of what was going on, and he's a sensitive. He copes in an unhealthy way, just as I used to very, very much. And, when you're in a toxic environment, it's very, very, very challenging. I know. It's very, very challenging to be raising your vibration, to be doing this work on yourself. That is definitely something that, for me, knowing what it is to be in that toxic environment, yet at the same time, still subconsciously putting myself in that toxic environment of believing that I can't express myself, believing that I'm not allowed to just be me, that I have to worry about that I'm going to say something wrong, or that I'm going to use the wrong colors in my business. Because right now, you all, for those of you who've been following me for a while on any of my social media, you know that I've had a pretty simple brand, just pink and green, empowerment experiences. Here I am. That now it's this such a deeper embodiment of me, allowing myself to have a professional image that I'm wearing in what I call Indian goddess wear, because I love it. I feel like, I totally feel like a goddess in it. And that's so important, is to be allowing yourself to be you, whatever that looks like. No matter how eclectic or wild or perceivably crazy or mismatched things may be. Like, again, of course, my twin flame is Indian, because I'm like Native American versus Indian. Indian is India, Indian. And I had wanted this, I'm all over the place, so we're just going to roll with it, right? Before I went to India, I got to see he would share videos with me, and I would watch more of the clothing, the attire, and I'd be like, oh my God, like that is what I see when I see a goddess, is, all the headpieces that they have, and the saris, and then the salwar kameez that I got, that you're going to see on all of my branding stuff, that when I saw it, I was like, oh, like I lit up like my little inner princess, because here's like, sure, I'm a goddess, but my little inner, mini goddess self, was just like, oh my God, I want that so much. And I got it, and it is perfect. Initially, I was, the color green was different than what I'd seen in the picture. However, it was perfect after I got over myself. But that's clearly why I'm telling this story, is that we've got to get over ourselves. We are the ones that keep us from living the lives that we want. We are the ones that keep our dreams from coming true. Why? Because we convince ourselves that we're not making a difference, that I can't be or do or have that. And that's been a huge one for me, and it was definitely mirrored so much when my twin flame had invited me to Goa this year. Well, can't be doing that. And even right now, I'm sitting here going, oh, that first video was so freaking great, and now here I am, not sure what I've said in this one versus what I'd said in that one, and that one. But it's all challenges, all challenges. Am I going to let these things outside of me get to me and dictate my state of being? Well, I've been doing that a lot. I mean, this is me owning my shit with you, because the only way we can change something is we've got to be aware of it. You cannot change that which you are unaware. And when we can begin to look and ask the right questions, we get the right answers. What is this teaching me? What is this showing me? Where is my power in this moment? And I'm talking a lot about empowerment because, well, I mean, hello, empowerment experiences, self-love empowerment coach, and then being on the twin flame journey, which is pretty much a self-love empowerment journey, twin flame edition, because it's still, believe me when I tell you, the only way to come into union with your twin is to come home to union within. And this morning when my twin called me to chat and stuff, it was, I've been in a space lately. I confess, goddess, I have been letting the chaos of the world create chaos in me. To begin to feel like this is not going to get better. It's the end of the world. I mean, it technically is as we know it. However, it's as though I am still back in my old version, my old life. Very much so. Very much so. It's because it's bringing up those traumas. It's bringing up these aspects within myself that I have kept repressed and suppressed, because we don't want to look at the things that we think are scary. But the things inside of us that we think are scary are the things that we've got to look at the most, because that's when we take our power back from it. And this is why you'll find with me and people who, goddesses in particular who have followed me for years now, know that I'm very transparent about my journey. I share my shit, but I also share my shift. Because you know what? We got to look at the shit to have the shift, because that's what needs shifting. And I have felt the heaviness of what's going on right now. I've been judging myself. I've been shaming myself. I have been blaming myself and guilting myself and anger. And my beloved twin showed me this morning. This is one of the things that I love about this twin flame journey, is he really has amplified my knowing that what is in him is also in me. And what is in me is also in him. So as I know that I do love him so much, I know he loves me too, very, very much. But just the same, I know that the anger, the frustration that is in him, and the resentment for whatever in this life, whatever in this experience, is also in me. And bless his heart, he actually, he said it. I don't believe he said it intentionally. I believe it came out that he believes he is just shit. And it broke my heart, because to be in, again, truth and transparency, that was something that was mirrored towards me last year, because he has had people around him who have said that I was a liar, that I'm too old, that, all of these things that completely cause him to feel shame and guilt and resentment, even towards me, because he, just like me, believes that he can't be with me, that he's not allowed. And oh, geez, dear goddess, that not allowed thing is massive, massive. Are you doing that too in your life? Are you saying I'm not allowed to have that? You're not allowing yourself to receive what you want, then we can't be getting upset about us not getting what we want, because, and this is what I also do, because of the mother wound, the parental projection. Being raised in a religion that taught me that I was unworthy, I was going to go to hell, that I was a sinner, that even sex was bad. And he and we both have that belief that sex, that it's a dirty thing, and that's part of being human. It's part of being human. I kind of got off on a little bit there. But again, to recognize, though, that we each, my other tablet just lit up in front of me and threw me for a loop. Oh, apologies, dear goddess. Come back in there, see? I get fired up. But to be looking at that and to recognize that, wow, I can so utilize this experience to teach me more and more and more. And especially, as I was saying, is that right now, all of our shit is being amplified to us. All of it. All of it. That which is weighing us down, that which is keeping us in those lower vibrations, we each are the catalysts in our lives. If we want to create something different, well, that's on us. This parental projection that I speak of is that the projection of the perception that I have of a parent because of what my mother wound represents, and projecting that onto this, vengeful, wrathful God that's pretty much an abusive father. So gratefully, I'm blessed that, I was a daddy's girl, but to have this, that's not to say there's not, father wounds as well. But to have that, that sandwich between, a narcissistic, toxic mother and a so-called God that is pretty much an abusive father. So it's been such a crazy, crazy, crazy forgiving experience. But it's realizing that God or source or universe, whatever label we place upon it, isn't vengeful, isn't wrathful, isn't violent. It's no wrath of God. It's the wrath of ourselves. It's what we put out. God isn't doing this. We are. We are the ones who are creating this reality. There are laws that exist in this reality, in this universe. Law of one, law of attraction, law of karma. They just are. And it's up to us to learn and come to understand them more and more and more through experiencing them. Again, apologies in some ways, because I'm all over the place right now. There's just so much running through me here. And then, of course, that damn video that went out first. But I share with you my journey with the intention that it helps you, that even if you take one thing from any of my videos, any of my content, and you put it into practice in a way that it empowers you, then I've accomplished. I've fulfilled my mission. A mission that I have come here to fulfill. And I have known since I could, and I've been declaring, I've known since I got here, but I've been declaring it since I could form the sentence that I was here to save the world. But I had to realize, I had to learn that I could only save myself and then lead by example. And so that is why I share my story with you. Now, my twin flame he's a little more of the hide, in the dark, even though he does want that risk and adventure very much. And we are definitely alike in that. Yet at the same time, I see how I've pulled myself back and went, I got to fit in the box. No, you didn't come here to fit in no fucking box. You can't. You don't. You are a unique, divine manifestation of that which is love. And you are a vessel through which that love flows, through which creation flows. So when I say that we are creating this reality, all of these detrimental and negative beliefs that we're holding about ourselves, about our twin flame, about just men in general, about this world, participating in all the judgment and pointing fingers and you're wrong and I just looked up and it was 1707. So 7/17 is my twin flame's birthday. I just want to point that out. It's realizing that no, that's feeding into it, because I've been doing that. I've been feeding into it. I've been allowing my anger and frustration with people to spill over out into this experience. And it's like, wait a minute. That's what I'm bringing here. So it comes down to choosing to engage or disengage, just to disengage altogether and go, I'm triggered here. Let me take a step back. Let me just not even. Like I said, right now, I'm not sure what I said in that other video versus what I'm saying here. So if I repeat myself, thank you for understanding. But it's again, that space of looking for and finding where our power is. And our power is not in trying. And if you look, I have a video about the power sucking word try. Because there is no try, there's do or do not. Yet here we all are, right? Trying to convince someone else of our perspective. we are moving toward a time when, yes, yet again, freedom of speech, freedom of expression will be revered, will be honored, will be embraced, will be amplified, because each and every individual light being, you and you and you and all of us, every single individual light being is its own divine, unique spark that exists nowhere else. You are supposed to express yourself. You are supposed to say, oh, I'm a poet and I know it. Oh, my favorite goddess thing to wear is the Indian garments, the saris and the salwar kameez, and I feel connected. I never would have imagined that India would be the place I would go the first time I left this continent. I didn't grow up going, oh, I'm going to go to India. I used to want to travel the world, but I allowed my dreams to shrink down and match my reality, which was a very, very finite reality. Especially when you live in the underbelly, in the darkness of this world, and you feel the weight, the entire weight of this world. 1,000 one-ton bricks upon your shoulders. You don't need to carry that. You can't shine very bright if you're weighed down and buried beneath shit. So this is why we shift it. This is why we look at the story we're telling and compare that to the reality we're living, and we can clearly see that, I am creating this because I'm telling this story. And I watched myself over these past couple days to where I had an aha moment in that trigger of going, holy moly, I really am stuck in a vortex that is not a good vortex, and I'm spiraling down faster and faster and faster and faster. And I have got to catch myself. Because again, you are the catalyst. Nothing changes until you change it. Nothing. And we can continue to grasp outside of us, but especially as twin flame travelers, we grasp for our twin, don't we? We grasp for him. Please, baby, please talk to me. Please come back to me. Please be this ideal that I have of you. Instead of saying, no, I love you unconditionally. I honor you where you are, because you know what? I see where you are, because I was once very much where you are. And even still now, these aspects within our connection, within each of us and us together, are one and the same still. And the parts in me, like, I know for sure that when I truly dive deep and do this energetic work, which admittedly I have not been diving as deep as I need to be, and I know that. This is me owning my shit, goddess, because this is when you take responsibility, you then have the ability to respond. That's where your power is, not in blaming someone else, not in train, not even. I mean, there's like toot toot that horn, right? Exactly. Take responsibility. We got the universe going, blasting that right now. Taking responsibility for what we're creating here, what we're contributing to our experience, what we're thinking and believing about ourselves, about each other, about our twins, whatever that looks like. We got to do this. And after watching my beloved this morning and knowing that I am the one that understands more of this journey, not because I'm older. Yes, I'm older, but because I've been doing the work consciously. I've already been on my self-love empowerment journey. I've already had my spiritual awakening. I'm already deep into this. He's not. And I know, secondly, that because I have that much power, especially as a divine feminine goddess, we got power, sister. Power. That when I do this work energetically on myself, when I can rewrite and shift this shit to the very core of me, that I shift it also to the very core of he. And then we in turn shift it to the very core of we. You have such a powerful influence in this world. You've got to be the one to let yourself see that. And I'm saying this for both of us, for all of us. Because even with having a goddess who's been sharing in her journey with me for more than 2.5 years now, she randomly messaged me the other day. We hadn't spoken in maybe a month or two easily. I'm not even sure. I mean, right now everything's running together a little bit, right? She messaged me just to tell me how grateful she was for awakening in her inner goddess, to allow herself to see who she truly is. And for me, having lived so much of my own life of believing that I was worthless, that I couldn't make a difference, that I was never going to have an impact, that I serve no purpose here, that it doesn't matter, that it just doesn't matter. That's a lie. There's a lie that our fear-focused mind tells us to keep us small, to snuff out our light even. You're not here to play it small. And even I can see, because of this last year, it's that, again, the amplification of the shit that's not serving us and that we cannot take with us in this new earth. It's recognizing that if you cannot engage with someone from your heart and soul space, especially as a twin flame light worker, that it's better that you just disengage from that entire interaction. Just disengage. Come back home to you. Come back into that heart space, that soul space, and amplify that love. What does it feel like to be in union with your twin? What does that feel like? And feel that within. Because that's you coming home to you. Focus inside you. Because your twin's going to feel it too. I have proven this to myself time and time again. Time and time again. One last thing before I'm doing my best to keep these videos a little bit shorter for you, is this morning I had said to him, he was like, so what did you want to tell me? And I was like, well, I sent it all to you in a text. And, and he's been, I admit, I'm one of those where he's been coping with alcohol. I cope with sugar nowadays. I still have that addictive nature, but I go for the readily available crap, which is sugar. I just made a pan of homemade lime bars with essential oils. At least it has essential oils in it. Okay, I'm doing my best. No. So that's his coping, because he's not big sugar. That's me. That he says to me after, in that space, and I didn't want to have a serious conversation with him. Because it's like, no, you're drinking. I don't want to have this conversation now. So I just smiled at him. I said, I'm grateful for you. And he was like, what? And I said, I am so grateful for you. And he says to me, stop saying that. Stop saying that. And boom. Boom! Oh! Billboard! Flashing lights. He is blocking himself from receiving my love. And I went, oh, shit. In what ways am I blocking myself from receiving love from just the universe, period? Receiving that appreciation, receiving the love, period, from the universe. Because I already was aware very much that I way back when, 2 years ago, because he remembered 2 years this time we were in Goa. He brought it up this morning. And he, I was pushing him away even when we were in Goa, even before then. I look back now because I didn't believe in twin flames. I didn't believe in twin flames when he and I met. So I wasn't in that direct, blatant mirror space where everything in him is mirroring everything in me, because that's very much that twin flame mirror where, yeah, your outside world is mirroring to you. Very much so, but in a twin flame connection, yeah, we're definitely cut from the same cloth. I can look back and see that I was pushing him away then. I was blocking myself from allowing myself to receive his love, which as a result, that's very much being mirrored now to say, Rochelle, where are you? Were you not appreciating and receiving, not allowing yourself to receive? Because I tell him all the time how grateful I am for him. Because for me, especially right now, and it's not at all from the space of, oh my God, it's the end of the world and I might not be here tomorrow. It's that we only have this moment. And this life is temporary, so you might not be here tomorrow. Right now is the only moment we truly have. And as we're creating what's to come, if we want to create better for ourselves, we've got to be feeling good now. We've got to be in that energy now. We've got to be appreciating what we've already got now. And having had multiple times of separation with him, because that is what my twin flame journey has been. We come back together, boom, shit explodes, so that we can see that, especially me, because I'm very aware and observant of what's going on here. He only recently was like, I don't understand our connection. I recognize we have one. And whatever it is, he's like, it's because I get kind of woo-woo on him. And he's just kind of like, I am crazy. And I know for a fact that that's one of the things that he loves about me, is that I am crazy. That I believe crazy things. Crazy is different. You bet your asses I'm different. And so are you. It's time to show the world you're crazy. Your version of it. Your version of it. Because it's only crazy to someone who doesn't understand. That's all. That's all. It is very, very important that we begin to anchor into this awareness and look at where our power is and what we're creating in this moment. Because what we create in this moment is what is putting out that vibration for what we're going to create in the next moment, and the next, and the next, and the next, and what's coming. And right now, as we are anchoring this new earth energy, it's so important that we are anchoring the new earth energy. And that again means to look at your shit and shift it. And that is what I love to do. In fact, I speak to goddesses. However, I do also work with the divine masculine. I actually was just hired by a masculine the other day because he wants that. He's the father of 3 daughters. He knows that he's got to balance these things out because he is having an influence over his daughters, not just in this physical realm, but energetically. And having had a life of trauma himself, for me, it's just this whole beautiful synchronistic experience that I know it's healing for me too, to be serving our masculines, our divine masculines in that way. Especially, again, that was one of the things my twin called me this morning, was like, oh, and here, please talk to my friend because he needs some cheering up, he needs some motivation or whatever he said. And, it's beautiful for me to see that he does respect me in the sense of I am a teacher. He's asked me to go to, I believe like a Hindu thing called Ishkan. I got to look it up. I learned a little bit about it a year and a half ago, 2 years ago or so. And he was like, you should go be a teacher there. You would be a very, very good teacher there. And I just sat there going, really? I thought I needed to be like some religious Hindu guru or something like that to do something like that there. He's like, no. I'm like, okay. It's just, I think at this point, I'm getting a little sentimental, of course. Goddess, I'm here for you. I love what I do. And I value what I do. Because why? I value you too. And when you can recognize that you are worth whatever investment, in particular time, because time is the most priceless thing in this world for each of us individually, because we cannot get that back. Money is replaceable. Time is not. Time is not. And as we all are being programmed to just sit and wait, because I got caught up in that energy, and I still am working through that. Let me just wait and see. I don't want to make any plans because we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, right now, Telegram is about to be censored, even though for me, I use Telegram for my business. It's like, what is going on here? Yes, we are in the twilight zone. We are in that 4D cocoon space between 3 and 5D where shit's all freaking icky and excruciating and ooey gooey and all that. Yeah. Stop. Goddess, what do you want to be experiencing? And if you're not even sure, if you're not sure where to turn, what to do next, I do offer one-on-one sessions. That's how I do it. I do one-on-one intuitive clarity coaching sessions. I tend to call them intuitive clarity sessions because, and I utilize my cards and my intuition and such things in tandem with yours. And you also get coaching in that. We look at the challenge or challenges, but usually it's your biggest hurdle, your greatest challenge that you are being confronted with right now that's keeping you stuck. We look at that and I provide you with that whole other perspective so that you can see your shit in a way that allows you to see the shift in it. And that shift is where your power is. Okay? And remember, I'm a former drug-addicted, pimped-out prostitute, misdiagnosed bipolar, pumped full of drugs, turned into a zombie. I've been raped, gang raped, assaulted. Gaslighted, manipulated, told a mistake by her mother, suicidal starting at age 11. And I've been still clearing out some of that because I know that it's so prevalent right now for so many. It's even the leading cause. I'm not sure if it was this video or the one that got magically disappeared, but it's the leading cause of deaths, but transitions for teens in Ohio, ages 10 to 14, for kids 10 to 14. That is the number one cause, is self-inflicted. Because of feeling so powerless. Believe me, I know. But I also know what it means and what it feels like, what it looks like to find your power and take that fucking shit back. And I am here for you. You can book your own personal intuitive clarity session at empowermentexperiences.com/ICS. My little finger point was to show you that it's down in the description as well. So book yours. 30 minutes or 75-minute sessions are what I offer. I have more exciting things to come. If you're perhaps catching this video in the future, go check out what I've got now, empowermentexperiences.com. And please like and subscribe this video. Comment, because, the whole algorithm, whatever stuff. And remember, you're not here alone, okay? And most importantly, the power is and always has been in your hands, because it has always been inside you. And I'm here to help you see that. That said, dear goddess, I will see you in the next video. Go create amazing. Namaste.